going to discuss today how to install eTrax 2.5. This is the first of one of the few series that we'll be developing for eTrax users. Now before we begin, there are some few things that we need to check. So first, we're gonna check if you have installed Java 1.6, and you also need to check if you have MySQL 5.1. eTrax supports two databases as of the moment. We can use MySQL or you can use SQL Server. But for this tutorial, I'm gonna use MySQL. Okay, so to check if you have Java installed, you open a command prompt like this one. Okay, so you just type Java -version. Okay, so this should be the one that will be displayed, the Java version 1.6. Now for some reason you might see there a Java 1.7, then you need to install 1.6 because eTrax, this version of eTrax runs only on 1.6 as of the moment. We have not tested it in higher versions of Java, and there might be errors there. So you need 1.6 Java. So to do that, you install Java. You check first if you have Java installed. Like for example, you open the file, and then normally it's located in the program files. So you go to C, program files. Here, program files. Okay, so here you choose this program files, and then normally it's here in the Java. When you click Java here, normally if you have several Java versions running, there will be installations here. Now in this case I have only 1.6, but in your case you might have Java 1.7, you might have 1.5 here. Now if you have done that already, if you have already installed Java, what you need to do is, or if you haven't yet installed 1.6 here, you need to install first. You can download Java, just go to Google and then just install the Java, or you can install the Java that comes with our installation kit 1.6. So once you finish that one, once you've installed, you can check again for the Java version here, like something like that. Okay, now if it's not yet, it's still not correct, it's still 1.7 or something like that, you need to change the path of your environment. So how to do that, you're gonna choose the particular Java version here. Like for example, I'm gonna choose this one, JDK 1.6. Okay, so what you do is click this one and then click the bin. Now you will see there, and then click here, you will see the complete path. Okay, so we need to register it in the path variable. So you copy this, Control-C, you copy that, and then go to your desktop. Okay, I'm going to go to my desktop and then go to my computer here and click Properties, and then go to Advanced System Settings. Okay, now and then in the environment variables, you click this one, and then choose from the system variables here, you choose path. Okay, so you click Edit, and then at the end here, you click on the semicolon, you add an entry here, semicolon, and then you paste that one, Control-V, and here. Okay, so this will be the last entry here. Okay, so in my case, I have already installed Java, so I'm just gonna remove this, but just let it remain in your end. Okay, so once you finish, you click OK, OK, and then OK, and then what you need to do is you open again the browser, the command prompt, and then type Java -version. So if that's already correct, it should be correct. Okay, because it's already set in the path. Now the next thing we need to do is to check if the MySQL is installed here. Okay, so to do that, again, we're gonna type MySQL here, there. So if this is the type of error that you will have, access denied for user, then that you're on the correct path. But if not, if the error here is another, like it cannot find the file or something, it's not installed, then you need to install MySQL first. So once you installed MySQL, you should already see that. Now in case you have already installed MySQL, you're pretty sure that you've installed MySQL, but when you type MySQL here, it's still not displaying this one. Now what you need to do is just like Java, you're gonna go to here, C, and then program files, and then locate the MySQL here. And then up to here, up to the bin folder. Okay, so you're gonna copy that. You're gonna copy, and then just like in the Java, we go to the desktop here, properties, and then advanced system settings, environment variables, and then go to path again here, and then add another entry here, and the last here you click this one, and then you paste that one. So that should be that should do it. Okay, so again, I'm gonna remove this because this is already installed. Okay, so then click OK. Okay, and then when you type here MySQL, that should be the error. Okay, access denied. That should be the error that should be appearing. Okay, so basically we've already done our checklist, so we can proceed with installation. Now to install eTrax, you copy a file here in the kit. I'm gonna go here. So you copy this, the zip file, the eTrax setup, eTrax 2.4 setup. You click this one, and since that's a zip file, you need to extract. So use this extract to 2.5 release setup. But I have already extracted this, so this will be the one that will come out. Okay, this folder once you extract that one. So when you double click here, there's a eTrax setup, but you click this one. So let's say we double click this one, double click. Okay, so that should display the eTrax setup wizard. Then you just click next, and then you read through the license agreement. You have to be very although eTrax is a free software, we have some terms regarding the usage of eTrax. Like for example, you're not allowed to sell eTrax. You're allowed to share, but you're not allowed to sell. So you just read through this, and then accept the agreement, and then click next, and then this will display it will let you select what type of LGU you are. You can be a city, a province, or municipality. Okay, so choose the appropriate LGU type. For example, for municipality, I'm gonna choose municipality. I'm gonna click next. Now, for municipality, you need to know the province information because you are connected to the province. So, for example, this one, Davao del Norte. Okay, for the index number, you have to consult with your assessor because they know the index number of Davao del Norte. So, for this particular LGU. So, in this case, 063. Now, you have to be very careful for this one because this should be correct during installation, because if you get this wrong, you have to reinstall the system, because this is a very critical part of the system here, is knowing your particular pin. Okay, so you should not make this wrong. You have to consult first before installation. Okay, when you click on next, now this will be for your municipality. For example, this one, Palo, here, the municipality is 04. So the complete pin for this particular LGU is 06304. You have to consult again your assessor because they know these things. Okay, so basically that's it for the municipality. So I'm not gonna proceed with the municipality. I'm gonna proceed with the city. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back and then choose city. Okay, so for city, we're gonna click next. Now, a city is much simpler because only one pin, unlike the municipality where it has a province component. But for the city is independent. Okay, so I'm gonna choose Iligan here, and then their pin code is 169. Okay, so I'm gonna click next. So this is the next part of the system, identifying your database. So in this case, we have MySQL, or you can choose, if you're using MS SQL, you can choose this one. But in this tutorial, I'm gonna choose MySQL. Okay, so for the host, you choose localhost because it's my MySQL is running on this particular machine. Okay, so username and password, you're gonna use the username and password that you're allowed to create databases into. Okay, so choose that your username and password. Normally you'll know this during the installation of MySQL. So for the catalog, this is the name of the database that will appear or will be created once you run the system. So for convention, normally just leave etrax254 underscore and then the name of your LGU. So there should be no spaces here. And then just check on include database setup. Then we'll click next. Okay. So this one is the application setting. This will be the host, the server that will, the IP of the host. Normally you just use localhost. We can change this later. Okay, so we'll just click next. Now for this one, this is the folder where your files will be located. So normally we'll just say etrax server. So this will create a folder there and then install etrax files. Okay, so we'll just click next. So basically that's done. That's done, and then click install. So we'll just wait for the installation. Okay, so once completed, it will install your etrax. Finish. So this should be, you'll not see errors here, so you click on finish. Now to check if that has really completed, you need to install a tool for MySQL. You can use any tool, but for my case, I use SQLio, okay, because it's a very easy tool. We have a free installer there, the community edition. We have installer there together with our kit. So you can just use that and then connect. Okay. Okay, so once you connect here, we will check the database here. I was using etrax254 Elegant, so you're gonna see this database here. It should be able to create your files. Okay, so these are all the tables of etrax254. Then you can also use the etrax image here, and then you also have the etrax notification LGU here. So there will be 3 tables. So to test, we're gonna do to test the server. So basically that's it. Okay, the database is there. So how do we test for the server? So we'll go to where you create your files. So we'll go to C etrax server. So this is the folder where we created. So it will create a folder here, the etrax254 server. Double click and then go to bin here and then run back. Okay, so you can also create a shortcut in the desktop so that you will be able to run this from there. So you just click on run. Now once it runs, basically you need to run this every time you will use the server. So if you're not shutting down the server, then just leave it as is. Okay, but if you reset the computer and then you need to run this again. So basically that's it. So that's okay. This one is already indicator that it's already running when you see it's already the loading rules and finished. Now to test, this is for the server. Okay, so this is running successfully at this particular stage. So what you will need to do is download the client or etrax client that will be used for each user. So to do that, you're gonna go to, you open a browser, preferably the Google Chrome. So you just go and then type localhost and just click there. Okay, so we download, click on the downloads portion here and then download this file, the etrax25.zip. Okay, so we're gonna download that and then unzip and then run the program. So I'm gonna try. So since I'm using the same computer, actually this is located here, so I'm not gonna download here. But if you're installing from other units, then you have to download that. Okay, so For this case, click on C. It's located here. So go to the eTrax 254 server workspace, go to web and resources, downloads. So basically this file here, you're gonna click. So let's say I'm gonna copy this. Okay, let's assume I'm downloading this. Okay, so I'm gonna save this in another folder. Let's say in your client folder, I'm gonna download this here. So I'm just gonna download it. I'm just gonna create a folder here. Okay, so it won't mess up my setup. So here, click folder. I'm gonna say eTrax 254 platform 2. Okay, because I already have a platform here. So I'm gonna click that and then paste this one, and then you unzip, extract to here. So I'm unzipping this one. So when you click this one, eTrax platform there, I'm gonna click on the batch file here. So basically it's gonna download the modules. So it will give you this particular screen.